Hurricane Beryl now expected to make landfall in Jamaica. Hurricane Beryl, the Category 5 storm pouring its way through the Caribbean, is now predicted to make landfall in southern Jamaica on Wednesday. Initial forecasts had showed the center of the hurricane passing south of the island. However, official forecasts from the National Hurricane Center now showed the center of the hurricane making landfall in southern Jamaica by Wednesday. The strongest winds of the hurricane are located in the eye of the storm. According to CNN, this change in track will increase the impact of the adverse weather conditions felt across the island. The National Hurricane Center said winds are expected to first reach tropical storm strength early on Wednesday, making outside preparation difficult or dangerous. It added that a storm surge could raise water levels by as much as 5 to 8 feet above normal tide levels in areas of onshore winds along the immediate coast of Jamaica. Furthermore, the center said Hurricane Beryl is expected to produce rainfall totals of 48 inches, with localized maxima of 12 inches across Jamaica and the southwestern Haiti Peninsula through late Wednesday. Even if Beryl does not make landfall in Jamaica, its outer bands will bring significant impacts. Beryl is one of the earliest hurricanes on record in the Atlantic. Bahamian government airlifting students from Jamaica. The government of Bahamas is currently airlifting its students in Jamaica ahead of Hurricane Beryl, which is set to begin impacting the island early Wednesday. According to a statement from the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Consulate General Knight has been instructed to advise students who wish to leave in the face of the approaching hurricane that a 50-seater Bahamian aircraft is being sent to the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston Tuesday afternoon. Students are asked to coordinate their departure with Consulate General Knight and arrive at the airport at 2 p.m. The latest bulletin from the Meteorological Service of Jamaica warned that threatening winds and heavy rainfall are expected to begin impacting the island early Wednesday. Beryl claims 3 lives in Grenada and 1 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. At least 4 people have died from the impacts of Hurricane Beryl in Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Grenada's Prime Minister, Declan Mitchell, in a national address, said 3 people were killed during the passage of the hurricane, while Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph, said there was 1 casualty following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Met Service Director warns conditions could be like Hurricane Gilbert. Director of the Meteorological Services Branch, Yvonne Thompson, says the conditions brought by approaching Hurricane Beryl could be similar to that of the 1988 Hurricane Gilbert. Thompson made the parallel while providing an update on the hurricane on Tuesday. Just for a point of reference, some of you recall Hurricane Gilbert, or you would have seen images of Hurricane Gilbert way back in 1988. That was a Category 3 hurricane, and if you think about Hurricane Ivan that occurred in 2004, that system, the center was just off the coast, but it was a Category 4 hurricane, so using those as baseline, Thompson stated. He also noted Hurricane Sandy in 2012, which was Category 1 hurricane that moved across eastern parishes. With that framework, we know that this is a dangerous situation. Category 3 means a dangerous situation. Category 2 also is a dangerous and a lesser strength hurricane, but still causes major impacts over the island. We have to prepare ourselves for whatever will come our way, Thompson warned. He warned that Hurricane Beryl continues to move in the direction that will take it towards Jamaica. Thompson, however, noted that the hurricane is still expected to weaken somewhat before it reaches Jamaica. We are expecting it to weaken down from Category 5 to 4, likely 3 before it gets to Jamaica. We're hoping that this is weakened even further, he stated. Thompson noted that conditions are expected to deteriorate early Wednesday as the storm continues to move towards the west. He warned Jamaicans to prepare for all the various hazards including flooding, thunderstorms, lightning, and landslides. The latest weather update now predicts that the hurricane will make landfall in southern Jamaica on Wednesday. Hurricane prompts closure of Norman Manley International Airport. Due to the imminent threat posed by Hurricane Beryl, the Norman Manley International Airport will close effectively Tuesday at 10 p.m. The announcement was made by operators Park Kingston Airport Limited. Hurricane Beryl, currently at Category 5, is expected to bring severe weather conditions including heavy rainfall, strong winds, storm surge, and potential flooding in the Kingston area. The airport noted All incoming and outgoing flights on July 2nd will operate as scheduled. It added that the reopening of the airport will be determined based on the assessment of post-storm conditions and the safety of resuming operations. Passengers are advised to contact their respective airlines for the most up-to-date information regarding flight cancellation and rescheduling. Child care facilities secure ahead of Hurricane Beryl arrival, CPFSA stated. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, says all government and private residential child care facilities have been secured ahead of Hurricane Beryl arrival. The Category 5 hurricane is projected to reach Jamaica by Wednesday. CPFSA Chief Executive Officer Loretta Adams-Thomas says preparations for all 50 facilities began as early as last month when the Atlantic hurricane season started. She says all facilities have at least 2 weeks' supply of food and water for the children and caregivers. She adds that local disaster committees are standing by to assist each facility in the case of an emergency.
As June marks the beginning of the hurricane season, we began our preparations across the island last month by activating the established disaster plan at each of our childcare facilities. Each childcare facility has its own disaster plan, and this guides the disaster preparation process for that facility, which includes checking the physical structures for leaks or other repairs to be made, as well as securing adequate food and water and the necessary hurricane supplies. It would also state the necessary measures to be undertaken in the event of an emergency at that facility. The facilities would have also secured the necessary disaster supplies based on their individual needs. These would include things like tarpaulin, flashlights, and even sandbags. We have only one facility that has seen serious flooding in the past, which was due to a nearby river. However, we recently erected a wall to prevent future flooding on that property, which includes members of the local community that would be able to provide some form of assistance in the event of a disaster. Members include medical and healthcare personnel, such as those from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, transportation personnel, and fire prevention personnel from the Jamaica Fire Brigade, as well as members of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, the JDF, as well as the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Closure of Sangse International Airport. The Sangse International Airport says it will temporarily close Tuesday, July 2nd at 11:59 p.m. in light of the impending threat posed by approaching Category 5 Hurricane Beryl. The airport will remain closed through Wednesday, July 3rd, to ensure safety during the hurricane passage. Following the hurricane, the airport said a comprehensive assessment will be conducted to determine when it is safe to resume operations. Updates will be communicated promptly. In the meantime, the airport said passengers should contact their airlines directly for flight rescheduling information and confirmation of flight status before traveling to the airport. The airport said the safety and well-being of its passengers and staff remains at its utmost priority, and all necessary precautions must be taken to ensure a swift and safe resumption of operations once the hurricane has passed. Updates on flight operation and the effects of Hurricane Beryl on operations at the Sangse International Airport will be shared via Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.